Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, and we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. Let's see some of the numbers here for Jalen Green.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Now let's take a look at the Rockets' opening lineup. Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Amen Thompson out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's the great in at the 1 spot. And for the Pelicans, we've got Zion Williamson. Trey Murphy out there with Murray. Then it's Herb Jones. And it's Messi in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Approaching the midway point of the season now, Grant, how much do players want to be named an all-star?
You know, B.A., I'd say for the young guys and for guys in their twilight years too, it means a lot. But for the guys that have done it a few times before, you know, sometimes that weekend off is a nice reset button.
Now here's Murray. The 3. Offensive rebound, second chance shot, and there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up. New Orleans shooting their initial free throws of the game here. And he makes a first. Richard, if you look back at the Rockets' history, it's striking how many all-time greats have worn that uniform.
There are so many Hall of Famers: Hakeem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson, Calvin Murphy, Yao Ming, Elvin Hayes, and that's only to name a few.
Here's the great. Murray brings the double, and here's Green from the arc. No luck on that one.
He's not playing within himself. 2 fouls in less than a minute. He's got to dial it back some.
And the Rockets making a change, and Houston making a change here. So the Rockets 5 now. Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Alperen Şengün out there with Tari Eason. And it's the great, and at the point. Pass to Alvarado. From behind the arc. And the Pelicans miss again. Houston leading by 4. Here's the great, and he jams it home with authority.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, B.A.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
That's their plan to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Şengün passes to Brooks, and here's Eason. Brooks left side. Shot clock at 6. Eason pass to the great. No good from outside.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Pass to Messi. Here's Robinson Earl. Now Williamson. Green covering. Not fazed by the contact.
With authority, Zion making sure they beat the clock.
Here's the great. The shot's good.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Now here's McCollum. Defense right on him. Got it. Makes him 4 for 6 from the floor.
Ready to cash in. I like when McCollum looks to mix it up like this.
And stolen by Williamson. A minute 4 left in the second period. Good work defensively by Brooks. Houston leading by 4. Outside Eason. There's the 3. Goes back up. The great, the pass to Şengün. Messi grabs the board. New Orleans has gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. Pass to Williamson. McCollum outside. That's good. And it's Williamson with the assist. Williamson's got his 3rd assist of the night.
That's a knockdown outside shooter. McCollum knows he has the green light to fire away from downtown anytime. And they're winning and playing with great confidence, but they need to be more efficient with those three-pointers.
Knocked loose. Easton with a steal. Back comes Houston in transition. 17-foot shot on the way. That shot, no good. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. The Rockets on top. They lead by 4. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Welcome, everybody. We'll get things. And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure about that, Ernie? I sense Shaq getting restless over there.
And now talking about this game. What a first half from Fred VanVleet.
And what he did to those defenders, you know they're in the locker room right now discussing ways to keep the ball out of his hands.
Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, DeJounte Murray has been exceptional here, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Herb Jones out there with Zion Williamson. Then it's Murray, then there's Trey Murphy, and it's Messi in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Pelicans 5. Here's Williamson. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. The Greats got 5 rebounds tonight. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, the Pelicans are still developing their on-court chemistry. Coach Willie Green said this group is still pretty young in terms of being on the floor together. We're starting to figure it out. We just have to stay committed and continue to be elite on both ends of the floor, and it starts with our defense. B.A.?
They've really got something, Allie. Thanks. Grant, when you look at this Pelicans team, their length is so impressive.
Yeah, they've made a point to draft players with big wingspans, and that really helps them on the defensive end. They're all very switchable.
Outside Jones. Murray against Green. 6 to shoot. Murray passes to Jones. Over Thompson. And all around the rim that time before dropping.
Murray is capable of getting double-digit assists anytime he's on the floor because he is an unselfish point guard.
Here's the Great, defended by Murray. Outside for Brooks. And a miss there on the triple. Pelicans trail by 4. Murray with it. Checked by Brooks. Murray deciding where to go with it. Pass to Williamson. Looking to end this cold spell. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to go on Jalen Green.
Even as much as we've seen him, we still marvel at the power of Zion around the basket. It's hard for a defender to deal with this kind of strength.
He does not get the second one. Richard, if the three-point shot was never introduced, how different do you think the game would be?
The offensive strategy would be very different. The game would be more physical, and it was more physical. And the main priority would be creating high percentage looks. Rough start to the second half for them, only getting 1 of the past 4 shots to fall. Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Blocked!
A little attitude on that swat. Şengün making his presence felt.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Here's Green on the mark with the 15-footer. And it's an 8-point Rocket lead.
A very high percentage look when the D is nowhere to be seen.
Here's Williamson. Come on! That bump not phasing Williamson at all.
So strong inside. Zion fighting through it all.
Şengün, a screen on Murray. Throws it up high. It's stolen. Williamson with it. And it's Şengün picking him up. Misi's shot is good.
You can tell Zion values sharing the ball. He knows he can't win it alone out there.
Here's the great, defended by Murray. Jacks up a three. They get it back. Got a piece of it. Murray brings the double. Thompson passes to the great. Thompson, a screen on Murray. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by New Orleans.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Down low. And he goes in for the dunk.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Here's Şengün. Three-pointer off the mark.
And he keeps trying to get himself out of this rut, but maybe it's not meant to be. I'd focus on sharing it with his teammates at this point.
Murray. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. Houston in the lead. Outside for Brooks. This one for three. Counted from distance. Brooks has got 6.
And you gotta at least honor Brooks' three-point shot if you're the defense. I mean, he is more than capable of connecting.
And we've got a timeout called by Willie Green. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. So for the Rockets, Steven Adams checked in for Alperen Şengün. Smith comes in for Thompson, and Eason subbed in for Brooks. McCollum on the left side. 1:16 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. They kick it out to Murray. Got a hand on it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession here. Just 5 on the clock. Robinson Earl, the pass to Olynyk. Sends it home from three-point land. 7 points in the game.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
Smith with a screen on Murray. Pass to Smith. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 4.
And look at Smith making the heads-up play. Rolling into open position right on cue.
Murray, no good. Houston has gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. Murray brings the double. Here's Green. The great, the pass to Smith. The 15-footer is good. And it's a 6-point Rocket lead.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Again, the miss by Murray.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Oh, throw it down. Wow. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. The Rockets on top, up by 8. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
And the ability to drop your jaw with the pass is something you rarely see in this league. What a talent he is.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth... Here's the great. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. Jones, he's checked in for McCollum. Alperen Şengün's checked in for Houston.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
And here's Williamson. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Since hitting 2 triples in the first half, he's been non-existent from out there.
Here's Şengün. Second shot opportunity. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Herb Jones picks one up.
He's a tough matchup inside. Şengün can body you or he can finesse you.
Since being drafted in 2021, Alperen Şengün has really grown his game, Richard.
Particularly his assist numbers. That's what impresses me. You can run the offense through the 6'11" Şengün. It's so impressive.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Out to the right wing. Brooks against Williamson. Just 5 to shoot. Up and over Brooks.
And when it comes to defensive wings, Brooks is as good as it gets.
Here's the great, defended by Murray. The great, the pass to Şengün. Blocked!
They could have used more of those kind of rebounds earlier. It's hurt their cause.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Here's Murray. Pass to Jones. 6 on the shot clock, and out of bounds. Houston will have it. Houston leading by 3. Here's the great. Outside for Green. Look at Green showing off his range.
He can get it done off the dribble or off the catch. Green is just a flat-out shooter.
Murray for 3, and the three-pointer goes.
It seems like Murray is always ready to make the high-effort play whenever his team needs it.
Here's the great. Murray brings the double. Pass to the great. Clock at 6. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Willie Green coaching his team during that last break. He was very upbeat and positive, saying to his guys, let's go, let's go. I want you guys to up the pace. Look to push the ball up the floor whenever you can. They cannot stop us in transition. Let's see how the team responds. Guys?
Allie, thank you. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
I like how they've been attacking the lane. It's been beautiful. All game long, they've been successful penetrating and getting offensive production.
Yeah, something else they're doing in this game is striking from long range. The defense just hasn't been able to keep them off the arc tonight.
Here's the great, defended by Murray. Thompson passes to the great. Misi grabs the board.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Murray's shot is good.
And in these big moments, DeJounte Murray is a great option. Just rises to the occasion.
Ooh, stolen by Murray.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
Anything other than a make is game over. This is where you lean on your stars to get you to the finish line.
And that's an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Very good from here. Green over 80% from the line.
And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there. Pass to Murray. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kicks it out to Williamson. Puts up a 3. The Rockets pull it in. Here's the great. And a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Jones' shot is good. And so the Rockets take the win. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And BA, the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
And that about wraps it up. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And time now to present our player of the game.